to the Nitromath tournament. Over the next 4 weeks, 3 competitors will be competing in 10 games, and all the 10 game modes Nitromath has to offer, in order to determine who is the best Nitromath player in the world. Now, let's meet our competitors. Up first, he needs no introduction. The man, the myth, the legend, Viel! He was the first ever person to play Nitromath and quickly took the community by storm with his amazing gameplay. He was second to none in terms of skill. Now, on to our second contestant. He is the current world record holder for most points in a verified Nitromath game, Disruption! He made the first ever Nitromath leaderboards. And finally, our third competitor, the person with the highest verified Nitromath session in history, Terrific Typist. His skill in Nitromath has made him one of the greatest players in Nitromath history. This tournament is being hosted by Terrific Typist, and the winner will get 50 million in Nitrotype cash, and be awarded the title of Best Nitromath Player on Earth. Here is how the tournament will work. Each video, the contestants will be competing with each other in one game mode. They will do 10 games, and whoever wins the most games, wins that game mode. There will be 10 videos, each video covering a different game mode, and the winner of the Nitromath tournament will be determined by who has won the most game modes. In case there's a tie, whoever had the most wins in all the game modes will be determined the victor. Before the tournament gets started, if you've made it this far into the video, consider scrolling down below and hitting that like and subscribe button for more awesome content like this. Now, let's begin the tournament, starting with Addition, which is all of our main game. Alright, welcome to the Nitromath tournament. Today, we'll be starting with Addition. You can see we have all 3 perspectives here. We have Disrupts over here, Viel's over here, and then mine's on top. I'm going to try my best to align them all and commentate while they all play around, but if it's a little, like, misaligned, just don't be surprised because of different loading issues. But, yeah. So, yeah, let's begin the tournament. Disrupt takes an early lead, but Tariff takes control, but they keep going back and forth. I don't know. Oh, mine's a little delayed. Tariff takes a firm lead going into the first 20 seconds into the match. Viel finally uses his boost, and that makes him slowly catch up. Takes a lead, but Viel takes over, as you can see there, and then he just, you know, he closes it out with a victory. So we can see here that the points are 45, 44, and 42. Tariff got second place. But Tariff does as well, as you can see up here. You can see Viel, he's getting some good answer clusters, nothing too crazy. Tariff, he takes a commanding lead here, as he just gets an array of answers in a row, and you can see he maneuvers through the questions very well. Disrupt is lagging behind, he's not getting a lot of answers near him. He's having to go the distance for it. But you can see up here, Tariff is the perspective to look at over here. You can see he's just getting answer after answer. Viel's getting a little spaced, but he's still managing to... Oh, he makes a mistake there, and it brings him down to third place, as you can see there. The Tariff continues to expand on his lead with a 5 points over Disrupt. Disrupt takes second place, but they keep going back and forth. up there in the 40s. Tariff has 48. Oh, and he hits 50. Match ends, and Tariff gets 52, Disrupted 48, and Vielle 47. A very good game from all the competitors. See, here's looking in Discord to see what round we're at. And they are off. They both used the Nitro in the very beginning. And we can see Disrupt takes an early lead, a substantial lead at that, as Tariff falls behind, and Vielle and Tariff are pretty much neck and neck in between second and third place up to this point. You can see Disrupt takes the lead now, as Vielle falls short. As he's making mistakes over here, and he's getting, like, he's not getting an answer drought, but he's losing the boost that he had. Disrupt expands his lead. He gets a little snagged there, but he's having a little bit of struggle getting to his next answer, but it's not enough for a Tariff. As the match comes to an end, we can see Vielle gets third place, and Disrupt takes another point. 43 to 41. Tariff almost caught up near the end because Disrupt had some issues near the end of the game, but all around it was a good thing for all of them. So now all the competitors are tied 1 to 1 to 1. Going on into the fourth round, Vielle uses a boost, and so does Tariff at the very beginning. But Disrupt is the one that capitalizes on it most, as he takes an early lead. You can see here, Vielle is he's getting droughted, really. You know, his answers are too far spaced. But it's not enough to close the gap. Disrupt is still too far ahead for the other competitors to compete. He's getting a little space, and Tariff starts gaining on him a bit, but it is not enough. Coming into the last 15 seconds or so into the match, you can see Vielle's getting a lot of answer patches and slowly closing the gap between second and third. Disrupt makes a blunder, and Vielle takes an answer from him, and Disrupt falls to third place. Oh, and Vielle takes it with a very narrow lead, 46 to 42 to 41. And Vielle takes it by getting a good batch of answers near the end there. Currently standing, Vielle is at 2, Disrupt is at 1, and Tariff is at 1. Vielle uses the boost immediately and takes a couple answers. It's a good cluster near the bottom here and takes the lead here. A good string right there. A couple, like 4 answers in 2 seconds. Vielle's trying to make a comeback, but and he makes a mistake there and trying to turn around for the 6th, and he falls to third place. But Disrupt is also getting snagged here, getting bad spacing with his answers, and also falls back down to third. Trying to close the gap here, but Tariff is just too far ahead this round, it seems. As the 40-second mark into the round. But Tariff gets a drought, but he recovers. You can see here Vielle and Disrupt are kind of neck for neck, but Disrupt gets a crazy string of answers, and he takes first place. Getting 46 there. It was pretty close there and ran with it. And we got a new competitor, ProStart, the number one player this season to the lobby. He is also one of the greatest players to ever touch this game. So this match will be very interesting. ProStart, it's really anyone's game right now. ProStart is average also 40, so he is up there with us in terms of skill. Second rounds is close between him and his fellow competitors. ProStart really putting pressure on Tariff and Vielle, as Vielle struggles to get any good answer strings here. And same with Tariff, not getting very good spacing here. But he tries to close the gap here, staying ahead of Vielle the whole time. But Disrupt just take commanding lead here. ProStart trying to catch up, but it's no use, as Disrupt gets a crazy game. He gets a crazy string up here, and he ends it off with a 52. The second 50 of the tournament. ProStart got 46, Tariff got 41, and Vielle came a little bit behind with 39. But yeah, that element of another player really threw us off there. But that concludes the 6th round. I believe Tariff has 1, Vielle has 2, and Disrupt has 3. I believe. But that game could have gone very differently with that other pro player being thrown into there. And Disrupt takes an early lead. And he steals these answers from Tariff. They have a little scuffle there. And Tariff does not get... He's able to still stay ahead of Vielle despite that. And Vielle gets a drought, because you can see here, just sitting there waiting for the answers. Which allows Tariff to keep his second place spot very comfortably. You can see Disrupt's getting a good string of answers right here. Nothing too crazy, but just enough to stay ahead. Ooh, and Tariff makes a mistake there, which could cost him there against Vielle. But Vielle... And that closes out the match with Disrupt getting 47, Vielle getting 35, and Tariff getting 42. That was not a good round for Vielle. Disrupt takes a lead with 4 points now. And Tariff springs aboard with Nitro, but Vielle manages to steal that from him and takes second place away from Tariff. Disrupt trying to manage, but he's struggling between second and third as Tariff takes gets a good string of answers and takes first place. Trying to maintain this lead, but Disrupt has having none of it. But looks like he's struggling here. But is able to maintain the distance. But you can see here, it's really close, going point for point against everyone else. It's really just up to accuracy at this point. Tariff gets a good cluster here, and able to capitalize on it by taking first place. Oh, he gets a very good string, but he does lose some accuracy here. But the distance cannot be closed in time, it seems. And Tariff takes the lead with a 48. No bad performances here in the 8th round, as Tariff gets is second point. Moving on to the 9th round, I believe. And Vielle springs into action. I think all three competitors there use their Nitro to varying effects, but I think Disrupt and Vielle are the ones that take the early lead here, as Tariff continues to make mistakes, and he misses that. Disrupt able to get a good flow of answers here, keeping the Vielle and Tariff away at a distance. But Tariff gets a good string of answers, and Vielle is falling behind 3rd place now. Tariff starts to gain ground on Disrupt, but Vielle comes in and starts... and Vielle messes it up by trying to steal his answers. And it relegates him. That could cost him the round. And as you can see here, it did. Only getting 41 as Disrupt takes another point. 47. That concludes the 9th round. Disrupt up to 5 points. And this is now the 10th and final round. Now let's see who will come out on top in this final round. And you can see Tariff's able to steal a couple of answers against Vielle there, and takes an early lead due to that. Disrupt not faring much better here as Tariff continues to capitalize. But he makes a couple of mistakes, but he just plows through those answers, making sure, not regardless of those mistakes, and it's able to keep him ahead of the competition. Disrupt here, trying to avoid making mistakes as he gets a good cluster here, but not that good of spacing. You can see Vielle thinking about taking some answers there, but realized that, there was no answers nearby to steal from Tariff. Vielle trying to catch up, but it's just too little too late as Tariff, you can see Disrupt here is trying to catch up, but Tariff just had much better spacing, as you can see there. And that concludes it. Tariff with 47 points. And so that concludes the tournament. This first round, Disrupt had 5 wins. Tariff had 3 wins, and Vielle had 2 wins. Thank goodness ProStart didn't win any of the rounds, because we would have had to gone on to an 11th round. As you know, each game mode will consist of 10 rounds, and whoever wins, wins. Keep in mind, Disrupt had not played for an entire month. This was the first 10 games he had done in a whole month, and he still won. Very good props to him. But this is all of our main game modes, so this is the best performance of the tournament. And there was no disappointment here. All the competitors is really good. I got 52. Disrupt got 52, I believe, as well. So we put up some great scores. But that concludes the tournament. Disrupt takes addition and gets the first point on the board. Stay tuned as subtraction will be coming up next. And thanks for watching.